Leadership TV for God and country.
Hobbit, I'll meet right here. Mr. Lipu, welcome to the midweek edition of Sports Orbit.
Thank you, Afua.
We'll begin today's edition straight from athletics, where the Athletics Federation of Nigeria has listed Nigeria's representative at the upcoming World Championship in Budapest, Hungary, and one name that is conspicuously missing from that list is the one of Nigerians, Toby Amusan, but the rest, the likes of Brume and others, have made the list. The athletics body on Tuesday unveiled 22 lists of athletes for the competition that will run from August 19 to 27, with Amusan missing, even as all the athletes that made their mark and meet up with required time during the AFN's trial at the Samuel Ogbemedia Stadium were listed for the championship. Been not it's something that we all expected that was going to happen, given that the AIU had already placed a provisionally suspended her. But we had hoped that that disciplinary 3-month disciplinary panel were going to sit like we heard they were supposed to sit in August before the championship, but we couldn't. The AFN have waited for that hearing, or the time would have been late. But you see, this were one of the things that we were scared of. Once you begin to have these doping issues, now she's going to miss this world championship. And once these kind of things happen, sometimes if care is not taken, it might just spell the end of your career. But Nigerians are hoping that once that disciplinary panel sits, that things might be eventually resolved.
Yeah, I'm one of those who feel very disappointed. And just has to come and play out and was in a very dilemma situation. Yes, not disrespecting to some of the athletes that have been listed for this. That we like it or not, to be Amusan and our brightest chance for it. It has a title to defend. Fortunately, she may not going to win that title as it is now. Just like you see, we are not surprising by their from the because of let's say as far by you. So now sometimes I'm not comfortable with the word body the issues. They do that the championship. There's a promise that they're going to see for the championship. If you know that you're going to see before the championship, why is still delaying up to today? All you need to do is just look at the fact before you. Check the fact before you. Is this guy is she guilty? Is she guilty of the offense, or is not guilty of the offense? And if he's not guilty of the offense, so let her, even as it is now, let even as it mean that the finalists and clear her of the issue. What of the psychological effect?
Exactly.
Now I'm not too sure. Is in a stable mind to even train.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know, but I'm too sure that because of this, she may not be in a stable mind to train for this competition. Even though they clear her now or find nothing against her, she may not be in the stable mind to defend the title.
Exactly.
So that's the psychological effect of the damage they have done to her career. Just like you see, I will pray this will not be the end of her career. It may lead to it. It may lead to it. Because just like you say, the AIU knew that the championship is coming. Yet AFN has been waited for this long, waited for a very long time. They were supposed to release this list at the weekend. And hold on to it, waiting that whether a decision will be coming on. was not coming. And yesterday was the deadline for the submission of names. So the AFN have no option than to submit that name. But from my interactions with some of the athletic experts and some of who see the right positions, but they say they may likely understanding that okay, that yes, a world body will ask the Nigerian Federation, is she going to be selected for the competition if he's clear? The Nigerian Federation may have to understand, okay, if she's finally clear, she will have to be part of the Nigerian team. But the AFN has already submitted the list, but that means it will be an addition. Because the list that have already been submitted is what body is going to work on. But if it's finally clear, even a date in the championship, that could still include her on Nigeria as an additional list.
I mean, very really that way if we ask me, but we just hope that this because I can't remember the name of this Jamaican athlete who had similar issue of missing, 3 tests, but she had to explain herself to the world body, and that suspension was lifted. So we just only hope that Amusan's case to her, explanation to the world body will be satisfactory for enable her to, because it will really, really be tragic that this suspension is not lifted or extended.
Yeah, just like I said earlier, the world body, I don't know what is that. The investigation don't us to have taken this very, very long.
Exactly.
You have accused an athlete have made it vow that I have nothing against myself. I'm very clean, and if you ask me, I'm from to come and prove myself. Why is it taking months?
Exactly.
Just like you always, is it a world body? Another example of Nigeria that always set up a committee. Just looking at the fact before you check it, and then if you want to come out and then carry out the necessary test and ensure to clear and allow her go into that game.
In fact, there are some rumors flying around that this might just be employed to be against body. She's defending champion.
Yes.
For her to miss this competition, so she won't have a chance of defending her title.
It's already there. Exactly. It's already proved that. So even though they clear her now, it's just
like you said, she won't be in the right state of mind.
This competition, the competition will go to start on the 19th of this month. We are just today is 9. We are talking about less than 12 days. Exactly. Less than 2 weeks. About the 10 days in the championship now. And up to today, you have not given her a clear view that is going to compete in this competition. Even though you clear her now at this moment, we are talking now, you say she's clear. She ought to have prepared for all this championship, all this one. Now she's not in. She's not all you have to be doing now is how to clear herself and battle to her to get herself clear. She's not in the time because as an athlete, you can't have a divided mind when you are training. So you can't be in the stable to train for this competition. I just like to say it's a ploy, and I believe they have succeeded. But I believe that if she's clear, the spirit of Nigeria and the Nigerian spirit has always said maybe on her side, and she's shocked the world.
Very well. All right, to some other stories now. Of course, yesterday a statement came in from FIFPro, that's the federation of a body of professional footballers. That issue concerning payments to the Sport Falcons and all of that, the back and forth between the NFF and the Falcons. But FIFPro came out with a statement yesterday saying they were going to intervene in the matter and ensure that the NFF does the right thing. But NFF, in its own too, has released a statement to say that what FIFPro are just more like backing without a bite. They are just making empty noises as long as they are concerned. That of course they had an agreement with the Sport Falcons before the World Cup, but with the new arrangement that FIFA had come up with, they are definitely going to pay them their money. Of course, all this noise is coming from why is FIFPro not making this statement to, for instance, maybe the English FA or even the South African FA. But you see, when you have a bad reputation, the whole world knows what you've been doing all along. So now it's all there in the open. So in fact, really, there's no hiding place for the NFF this time. So whether they like it or not, once this money comes, FIFA pays this money directly to the players or through NFF, they have no choice but to remit every dime to the Falcons.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's like AFN, the Nigeria Football Federation. To me, if I'm in the media department, for where I'm in the position to advise NFF, I would have said that to keep quiet than to
exactly.
There's
no need. Exactly.
But there's no need. But the more you reacting, the more you're exposing yourself.
Yes.
Okay. If you look at the statement of the free people, the people. Okay, you say you have an agreement with the player who they are going to pay that. what happened to the since 2021? If people are talking about they back lot of allowance
for all these players.
Yes. The players have been playing for since 2021. Yeah. We are in 2023. Over about more than almost 2 years, about 16 months or 18 months that we are owing them their backlog of allowance and winning bonus. That's what FIFA Pro. FIFA Pro is not even talking about the current. FIFA Pro already know that the current World Cup issue has already been sent through with FIFA. And like has already had an agreement that we're going to pay the players. So he's not talking about what of the players has been paying you the backlog of salary. Exactly. Many of them have sustained injury. Many of them could not even make to this competition because of one thing or the other. You are owing them. You have the right to pay them. So if I'm in the opinion, it's better to keep quiet and work silently on how to settle the issue than to react to this thing. The more you react, the more you expose yourself to the public. So I think there's better accusing the people that are just making the empty noise. It never even exists for them. They have found themselves in a big mess, and it's better for them to clear themselves by clearing all this. It's not only the people, but we are from what I've heard from a very previous information I've heard, most of these things Nigerians should know that most of these problems is not being owned by the current NFF administration. I'm not trying to defend the current NFF administration. But sometimes you have to say the fact the way it is. All those things are Amanyupinic factors. These are some of the matches that were played under Amanyupinic, and Amanyupinic refused to pay those players. It's not being owned by the current NFF board, although Gusu was part of the board, but as we always say in Nigeria, that the government is continuity, was part of that board. But at that time, we also say that it's only the chief executive that has the right to take a decision. But the man who the box top on his table refused to take the right decision, and that's why they were owing those players. But from what we often hear that even the current NFL board led by Gusu, like the last under 20 and under 17 that played at the World Cup, their mass loan allowance and everything has been sent to sales. So and if we urge could if that's true, we commend the brand Gusu and still urge him that government is a continuity. As he inherited the leadership, he has to inherit all the responsibilities and all the debt that are being left by his predecessor, and he has to plan this one so he clear his name.
Very well. All right, away from that now to some other stories where Delta State Governor, right, Honorable Sharif Obori has said the state is ready to be one of the host cities if Nigeria eventually clinches the right to host the 2027 African Cup of Nations. Because one of the inspection teams visited Sabah yesterday, where he hosted them and made that statement. Of course, I think he's correct. If Sabah is one of the states when it comes to hosting sporting events in recent times, I mean, you agree with me that Asaba has been doing very well when it comes to that area.
Yeah, there's no doubt about the abilities of the Delta State. I've hosted several competitions and every several thing. If Nigerians, what we are talking about is the joint bill by Nigerians and Benin Republic. So Nigeria is expected to provide 6 venues for the competitions, and while Benin 2 venues is being right. And out of the 6 venues that are expected to provide by Nigeria staff, Iran MOs are looking at other side, the still indication still one of the venue. And that's why the organizing committee, the selection team of the organizing committee of that is Nigeria, not from CAF, from Free Nigeria, when led by Nasara, when yes, to expect and to ensure that yes, if truly Delta can be put forward as one of the what the men and coming from the government. Where Nigerians, there's one thing that is going for us. We are very, we can do things in the magical way. Even something that people see that is impossible, within a trickle of we can change it. I remember in 2009, Nigeria 09, the 17 World Championship, the particular state from the northeast was put up as one of the hosts. The FIFA special team went to the state and tell and write the state off that the stadium is not ready for the championship. But before with the next 24 hours, the then FIFA Vice President Jakwana come out and say the state is ready, perfectly ready. So within the 24 hours, the magic was done in that northeast state, and the state was closed. So trust Nigerian leaders. Give them the opportunity to within the next 24 hours. If it matters, especially when it comes to politics issue, they'll change the situation. So we have no doubt in that it is not the State government always do when it comes to the strength of someone. they have always led by the jump.
All right, we'll go on a break. When we come back, Sport Orbit continues. Do join us. Welcome back from that break. It's still sports. I'll be now to news from the FIFA Women's World Cup. Of course, England haven't made it to the round of 8. Will be taking on Colombia on Saturday, and the England coach Serena Wigman has insisted that her team did not perform very well against Nigeria, and in the build up to that match, she hopes to change a few things, changing formation and all of that. And of course, a loss to their key player, Lauren James, is also giving her some sources of concern and worry. And like she said, clearly said in that match, Nigeria, English were second best in all areas. That she actually admitted that they were just lucky to have come out of that group. But going against Colombia on Saturday, she knows that it's going to be a different ball game entirely. And she's really having some worries that, look, she needs to change a few things to ensure that they don't find it as difficult against the Colombians as they did against Nigeria.
Yeah, if he has a confidence that he has a solid team before being a European champion, he has a team. Once against Nigeria, telling him or show to her that her team is not good as top. Because Nigerians clearly outplay the team, and they were just lucky to have escaped defeat, and they were just lucky. And if seriously mind the beat, because that not only the coach, even the England fans were not satisfied. Were not satisfied with their performance, and were so lucky. Was key throughout the position of the match. Just unfortunate that the Super Eagles, the Falcons couldn't make it to the Netherlands. The England ladies at the expense of Nigeria. If not, Nigeria was the better team and progressed in that competition. Unfortunately, the luck was not. And the team, and it's good that he has beaten, and you know that he has to work on the team if they must remain. But when sometimes the strength of the opponent determines the strength of the match. Yes, what they have against the Nigerians, I don't think they may not have far difficult against the Colombians. I'm not saying that the Nigerian team is better than the Colombian team. If watch our ladies the way they play proves so far that they are one of the best, if not even the best in this team. Because I've not seen any team in this competition that can play better in terms of strength, in terms of tactical and everything. What the Super Falcons play in this. So the Colombian, I see the Colombian. Yes, the Colombian may have been the quarter final, but they may not provide that tough test the way the Super Falcons. But it's better to be prepared and ensure that they've done. Mostly, just like you say, instead of going to that competition with their star strikers, Lauren Gill is another big and so on. So we have good luck, and it's good that he has to work on the team. He still have time to start with and change the narrative.
All right, to some Syrian news where, of course, yesterday. Napoli had revealed that star striker Victor Osimhen had picked up an ankle injury in training yesterday, and a big blow to Napoli season will commence in another 2 weeks in the Serie A, and because they want to start that season with their star striker. And one other issue still, whether he's staying or not, I think that issue too has yet to be laid to rest for now, as it seems. But I mean, transfer window is still on till I think first of September, so there's still time. But for now, Osimhen might not be available when they take to the pitch for their first Serie A game of the season.
Well, I just pray it's just a minor knock.
Yeah.
I just pray it's just a minor knock. Injury at that time. Even as a country and even as a compatriot, doing well, just a minor knock. They have taken precautions now. Allow him to. So I hope it's just a minor knock, and just like you say, I'm one of those that still feel that by now, if just that's to still it's central.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there even before the end of the season, there had any interest from the high-profile club. And up to now, I feel like up to now, since the no deal has been up to now, really sure that Napoli still want to hold on to their prime asset. There is their main strikers. They may not just make the main player. The main reason why Napoli were able to win the Serie A title after more than 2 decades, because of Smith was a striker and just a person who gives you what you have been fighting for years. You don't just allow sort of.
All right, to some other transfer news where Manchester have submitted a £70 million bid for West Ham midfielder Lucas Paqueta. Of course, you recall two solid key midfielders in Riyad Mahrez and Ilkay Gundogan have left the Etihad so far. And for Bernardo Silva, also, there are still speculations regarding his stay at the Etihad. But City have hoping to boost top, with the bid for West Ham midfielder Paqueta.
Yeah, when I look at the Silva Paqueta, it's actually the Brazilian was instrumental to the West Ham success in winning the conference league. The one that beat the conference league. Yeah, the winning the conference league. For such a players who have started that, just like you say, Man City has a whole lot of things to do. They have champions, they have a fake opportunity, have a what is competition, allowed short still if it had to lift at the same within the blood that the perfect replacement. And I feel Paqueta will be able to fill in the gap led by the captain of the club who have left Barcelona. As well for money
exactly. Okay, of course, two other transfer news, of course, involving West Ham. This time, West Ham have agreed a deal in principle for former United captain Harry Maguire, worth about 30 million euros. Of course, Maguire has clearly fallen down the pecking order. In the beginning, even before the preseason started, stripped off his captaincy, and Coach Eric Ten Hag feel that he surplus the requirement, and West Ham feel maybe he might just be the man to, fix some of their defensive problems. But when you consider how much United bought him from Leicester and the amount that has been sold, you can see the drop in value.
Clearly, Maguire has dropped in value. And it's still unfortunate that the English player, captain of the club, who was his star, but since the arrivals of Maguire has closed and Maguire has not just. Service to your not just like a life, but it clearly should, even from his performance on the pitch. Even in the England team, position in the England team has also he has also lost his place in the England team. So and then I'm even surprised that the West Ham are still playing 30 million, accepting 30 million on him. Because to me, Maguire has dropped completely. So later another 30 million is too much. I feel it's too much.
Yeah, I mean sometimes, but when you're selling players, because initially. West Ham had proposed, I think, 20, but United felt it was too little. So
because of their resources, their investment.
No, of course, basically, and we feel 30 million is more like it for him. And, well, that's one of the things you get for a lot of these, because even when United bought him for that amount, some of us had said, look, this was too much. But it's something that is synonymous with most English teams.
Yeah,
you can even see
they always have their way of
exactly. You can even see the purchase of Declan Rice, and clearly after that Community Shield, former United legend Roy Keane clearly said, look, from what he saw, Declan Rice is not a 100 million player. He is a very average player, if truth be told, but sometimes these English teams, when they see that maybe you are desperate, they just put some outrageous fees. Because for someone like Maguire at 80 million, some of us thought it was just too much. Maguire at best, maybe at that time, 50-40 million would have been enough. 45. Yes. Same for Declan Rice, it's more or less a 40-50 million player, but paying almost 100 and something, it's quite.
Just like you say, for Arsenal to taking let's see what he's going to see, and you can see that he has also cautioned Arsenal fans and not to judge him based on the price of the money placed on him. But yes, the club has the fans who are instrumental to the club's investment. Where you based on what they put on you.
What they are seeing.
Because we don't just put you don't trust a bogus money on you, and you can't give us a value of 50 million pounds.
Yeah, because when they pay such money on you, fans are impatient. They expect you to hit the ground running. Just like the way Haaland did. Of course.
Haaland came here and hit the ground running. So there's no any fan complaining about him. So if just money is being paid on you, the onus lies on you to justify the investment on you.
Very well. Right, to see how that pans out. With that, we come to the end of today's edition of our program. Tomorrow, hopefully, we come with another exciting package where we'll give you update of news all over the world. So, thank you for being in studio. Right, until we come your way again, my name is Afa Cho, and it's bye for now.
Be part of our leadership for God and country. Be part of our brand. Leadership for God and country.